weeks, we were trying to understand HTML part of your front end. Okay, I told you that front end, it consists of three languages: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These three will be part of your front end. Suppose if that any web developer he wants to become a best web developer, he must be aware of these three languages: HTML, hypertext markup language, CSS, cascading style sheets, and JavaScript. Little bit I have started JavaScript and CSS. Then I try to fully focus over HTML. Okay. So now in the previous class, I have briefed input. Okay. Input element has many types. Okay, in the previous classes we have tried to understand input type text, input type radio button, input type checkboxes. Okay, and input type okay, now in today's class I am going to explain input type button. Okay, and input type but submit also we have understood that. So now start with, as I have briefed you that declare. So who is attending the class today? This is capital doc type. Before this we need to keep exclamation mark here, I told you that. Then small HTML. Okay, I told you that this is the declaration, doc type declaration HTML. Now HTML, this is the root element or start tag of HTML. Body section, body section started with body element. Now come down, close with the HTML end tag. Okay, now close the body, close the body with the body end tag. Now I told you that whatever the code we will write here, that will be displayed, that will be read by your browser. It may be your Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, any Internet Explorer, any browser. So which is latest browser, na? So that it will be able to read the code. So let us write the code. Today's code is for input type button. So comment yourself. Okay, comment type is equal to input type button. Okay, this is input type button. So this comment I told you that like in other languages, that is what your other languages Python, Java, we will use the comment so that that line of code will not be read by your, that is compiler or interpreter. Here this code will be read by your browser, input type button. Okay, so now close this one. This is comment. Now let us write the code for. So input type button defines a button. Okay, input type button. So we need to give code input element. We need to start with input element type attribute. Type attribute is equal codes. I told you that value to be assigned in between double quotation marks. Need to say like here button double quotation marks. Okay, input type button. Next, event on click is an event. Okay, is equal, so alert hello world, otherwise simply write hello world. Okay, simply write that hello how are you, otherwise you write yourself hello how are you, whatever the content you want to keep inside of this. Hello, how are you? Okay. Hello, how are you, newcomer? The newcomer is attending. May I know your details, Mr. You have not mentioned your name. Please mention your name is and introduce yourself from where you are attending the classes. Doesn't mean whether you are revealing your details. Doesn't mean you can attend the class. But hello, how are you? Okay. Then what? Value. So value is what we need to write the value. Value for what? Value. So on that button, whatever the text you want to see, that value. So click me. Click me. So he is Shyam Sundar. Okay. Last Shyam Sundar, you have not introduced yourself since a long time. You are attending the classes, but you don't want to reveal yourself. Okay. Now, now if you want to keep paragraph here, simply write H1 is a start tag for paragraph. Input type uh, button. Input types. Okay. Input type. Otherwise, you write different input types. Different input types. Out of this is one. Now close this one with your H1 header section. Okay, if you want to write any paragraph here, you start with the paragraph P. Okay, paragraph start tag. If you want to write, so input button, you write here inside of the paragraph, input button. Input button defines what? It defines a button. It defines a button. This is some paragraph. Now you want to close with end tag of paragraph. Okay. This is comment section. I told you that this line of code will not be read by your browser. It will not be executed. This is the P. And so before this, if you want to keep it, that is what header. So you keep the header, start with start tag, text. If you write some type, different types of input type, how many types, different types of inputs, how many types we have studied from the starting. We have studied many types, text type and text type, submit type, okay, radio, checkbox. So today we are studying about input button. Okay, so now this is what input type. Now you need to close this one. Okay, input type. This element is closed now. This element is closed now. Okay, so now, so what happened here? Let us see. So you save this, save as in your folder. I told you that in your downloads, okay, documents in your computer, wherever you have, this is my folder where I have stored. So save the code with button. Okay, button, file name, hypertext, markup language, save. Now try to see whenever I have uh, written the code, whenever the file, the total code, notepad code is saved in the format of HTML. So this line of code turned into green indicates that this line of code is a comment. So you can write here comment. You can write here comment. Okay, this is comment. Comment for input type data button. Understood that? Now, as I told you, this line of code is a comment, and this is the header. Started with start tag, ended with end tag. HTML is not case sensitive. Either you can use small and capital. It doesn't mean this is the paragraph. Okay, and input type button. Whenever you click on this value, click button. So this text will be displayed. So now run the code. You go into your file browser in your computer wherever you have stored that code in a file. Okay, I told you that always store your code in a all the code which is related with your website. I told you that website may have consist of lot of web pages, so all that web pages related data to be kept in one file, the pictures, the videos, whatever you want to show in your website, otherwise web pages. So this is the one video I have kept, so that video will be shown in my website. This is one photo, jpg, giant pictures expert group photo. This is mp4 video. Okay, so now this button today, this button, you whenever you click on this button, so your web page will be displayed. Like, let us see how the web page will be displayed. So let us wait for that. It is being displayed now. How it looks like in the previous class, I have brief. So it is looking like, okay. So different types of input. This is the header section, and this is the paragraph. Input button defines a button. So this is click button. So whenever you click on this, so hello world will be displayed. Hello world to be displayed, but so it is not being displayed. So we need to check back that what happened. So first of all, if you want to check the code, control U, you will be able to see the code. This is the code. I told you that you will not be able to change the code here, but you can check where is the error. Okay, error is where. So button, this is the button. Okay, on click is an event is equal to hello, how are you? Value, click me. Understood that. But it is to be displayed, no? It is to be displayed whenever we click on this button. Hello, how are you? This is to be displayed. So come to this notepad. Here, try to do. Let us check back that any mistake we have done here, so that on click we need to write like this one alert. Hello, how are you? Okay, we need to keep this inside. We need to keep this inside of a. Okay, we need to keep in double parenthesis. We need to keep this inside of the parenthesis. So let us check that. So that's why the code is not being able displayed. So this is the, so on click. Okay, so now save this code. So let us check that whether it will be executed. All right, now open your browser, open your folder. Now whenever you click on this, okay, so that will be checked why it is not being able to do it. Okay, now, so next what, input type color. So input type color. So write comment here, comment input type color. Okay, input type color, it is the comment. Okay, so otherwise you simply write here comment input type color. So for the input type color you need to write the code like this. Use input element type attribute, okay, is equal type attribute is equal color. Okay, you write this as color. Color, that is to be kept in double quotation marks. Okay, next id, we need to use id is equal id is to be given as what fav color, otherwise whatever favorite color. Shortly if you want to write fav color, whatever. Okay, now fav color, id is an attribute. I told you in the previous classes, type id, type is attribute, id is an attribute. These color and fav color, these are values assigned to the attributes. Now then after name, name is equal to what, you give something whatever is equal to anything. Okay, light color, okay, whatever. So now you close this element. This is called your input element. So actually input type color. Okay, now we need to create the label. Need to create the label for this. You create the label first. Start with the label. Okay, start with the label. Okay, label for what? Label for is equal to id favorite color. Id for label for what? For favorite id fav color. So for fav color, okay, and next, so this is the element, label element. Label element has an attribute for assigned with fav color. Now here you write the text whatever you want to display. Okay, so please select your uh, your favorite color. Okay, your favorite color. Okay, now this is the text you want to display. Now close this label, close this label. Understood that? So what we have done here, label for one label created for this input type color. Okay, so now here you do one thing for previous, that is what, you keep this in single quotation mark. Okay, now here use some word double quotations so that you write like this alert. Okay, so then close with the double quotation marks. So why this is inside whatever we have kept in single quotation marks, so outside we have kept with the double quotation marks. Okay, so now let us see this label will be executed or not. We need to check back that. Okay. So close this space, whatever you want to give here, so that the code looks okay. Now, in the previous class, we studied that these labels they need to be stored within the form. Okay, that is very important. Form element that is to be form. Okay, form to be started and form to be closed. That is very important. Otherwise, you will get error. Form and form to be closed in here. I told you that form that will be closed with the forward slash. Okay. Now, form started with start tag, form closed. Now save this code. What happened? Let us see. Save as wherever you want to save in our my web folder in a button. Today's class button. Now open your that is your folder and try to please select your fav color. But here in this color, whatever you want to choose that color, you can choose from here. Okay, understood that. So any color you want to choose from that color. Okay, it is okay. What about this click me? So click me whenever I have clicked on this button. Hello, how are you? So this is the code we have written, and if you want to see that code, you simply control U. The code you will be able to see this code, and we will add some more code to this. Okay. So input color we have written, and some more input types. Input type date. Today one more that is called input type uh, date. Okay, this is the comment. I told you that. So comment will not be read by your browser. I told you that many times. Huh? This is for your understanding. Otherwise, if anybody is reading that code, for his understanding only. Okay. So input type date. So for that is you need to use input element type is equal to date. Date. Date is what? Date is a value. Input type date. Okay. So next is what id. We need to write id is equal id is equal to anything like you want to say birthday, whatever birthday, otherwise simply b day. Doesn't mean anything. B day birthday, it is up to you whatever the id you want to. For that then we will create the label. So that is what id. Birthday name. Name is a, as I told you, the name is a parameter attribute of the parameter, and that is for name b day. Okay, as it is b day. Now close this input type. Now create a label for this. Okay, now if label you copy this, otherwise why do we need to write the code? You copy this label and you paste here. You paste. So label for what? Label for what is our id? Label for b day. Okay, label for birthday, and inside of this here you write any comment like what birthday date. Okay, birthday date. Okay, so label for b day Okay, inside of this birthday. Okay, now close this label. Okay. Now, so label for birthday. Okay, and name birthday. We have not given this. Okay. Now this is written inside of your form. Inside of your form. Understood that? So now form is closed and body is closed, HTML closed. So one more, we are trying to write input type date. Okay. So let us save this code. Save as in your folder. Same as a button as a hypertext markup language file type. Save as file type. Overwrite this code. Okay. Now open the your Explorer. Within this, in your my web folder, that is in documents, I have in my PC. This is the path in my PC document folder. My web, I have created a folder. So whatever the code which is related with all my HTML pages, which are part of my website, and my video and one video MP4 and one photo, everything I have kept in that folder. Now open this today's class. So this is what color. So whenever we are clicking here, we are getting this is what. Okay, and then here this is the birthday date. So select the birthday date from here. So in the birthday, what is your birthday? You can select. Suppose your birthday is what? uh, your birthday, you go for and you select that. Suppose your birthday is suppose you took birth on when do you when this is okay. Now you have this is you have select like this 28/11/2022. It is your birthday. So this is the color, input color. You can select the input color as I leave. Okay. So this is what. Next, this is the birthday date. This is the birthday date. So now we will write one more code for all all the things we are one by one we are trying to learn, understand input type, date, color. Next is what? Input type, date, time, local. Input type, date, time, local. Then we will try to implement input type email. Input type image. Okay, input type image. So suppose if I want to take input type image, also comment here. This is for what? Input type. This is comment. Comment here. Input type. Type what image. So for this, you need to do what? Copy this image. So okay, now here you copy this, and you paste here. Control V. So here we want to insert a photo here. So input type, input. So type we need to write here image. Okay, image. Okay, suppose if you want to insert a photo in your web page, so then we need to write here source attribute. Source, within the source attribute, you need to mention the path. You need to mention the that you go here in your folder and try to check where is that any way. So this is the code control U. So here there is no any. So here this is the picture. So for this picture, open this. You go in your notepad, go file, open. Okay, in your this is where Vasu. Open in notepad. Here, where is that? This is the file. This is the photo. Copy this. Okay, copy this. Control C. Come to your code. Here is this. For your code, wherever the code today I have written application form. Open. That is where is that code button. Open this. Okay. Here you paste as a source. Here control V. This is the photo width. So we need to give width and height. Width and height for that photo. Width is equal to what? Suppose 300. Okay. Then height, HIGHT, height is equal to somewhat like this. Okay. So see what happened here. So that is what you, if you want to insert type image, this is okay.